Rise and shout. It's time for What's Trending.
I'm a Slovis fan.
Really good tackling early on. A lot of valuable reps for a lot of critical guys.
A lot of new energy, a lot of new faces. It's going to be big boy stuff, and I'm excited for it.
Friday was fun. We were out at LaVell Edwards Stadium. We had the scrimmage and the Alumni Day. It was awesome. Let's focus on the scrimmage for a minute. First time ever on BYUtv, which is great. Admittedly, by the coaches, it was simple. So what did we learn, if anything, in your opinion, Jason?
We learned that we all love BYU football and can't wait for it to be back out on the field, right? Just having
in full form.
Yeah, like we realize that BYU is not going to show anything. You had a lot of players, and certainly critical players that will play a major role for this team in the fall, not participating. This was not about having any sort of insight into what this team may look like. This was sort of a made-for-TV event. This was a thing for the fans, to be able to say thank you to the fans for supporting the program and to give them an opportunity to see some of the new. Being able to see Kedon Slovis out there was awesome.
Yep.
I mean, the fact he didn't throw a touchdown, had an interception, nobody cares. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
This was an opportunity just to be able to have football back out there. And as you mentioned, having BYUtv involved was awesome for us, and to be able to have that access and to be able to bring that to the fans, that was the cool part. But in terms of like learning anything, the ones you didn't even tackle. You had so many guys. Look, we don't even know. We talked about the guys that were injured and that didn't play. There's going to be a lot of guys once the transfer portal opens up for the second window of the year. You're going to have guys that were participating in that probably aren't going to be there, and you're going to have people that participated for other teams are going to be with BYU in the fall. So there's going to be so many changes. This was more about having BYU out there for the fans to be able to see and enjoy. That's really my takeaway from it.
I agree. It was a spring football media day, if you will, that included Alumni Day, which is great. Let's say that Kedon Slovis threw for 5 touchdown passes, no picks, and didn't throw an incompletion. Would we think that suddenly he's in the Heisman conversation?
We're dedicating the entire hour of this show to that, if that happens.
Televised broadcast, right? He wore the Air Monarchs on Friday in studio, which was awesome. Told us he has no ego. No, it was great. It was great. I don't take a lot. If he had thrown 5 picks, maybe we're a little concerned, right? There's maybe a little bit of reaction there, but no, it was great just to be in LaVell Edwards Stadium, have the fans there. By the way, I think a week ago maybe we thought this might be a blizzard. We didn't have a drop of precipitation. Like, we had sunshine at moments. It really was an amazing day in all regards. The Alumni Game was so fun. The only big thing, and in case you missed it, Max Hall celebrating Mitch Matthews' touchdown tore his Achilles. That was the only real bummer of the day. So our best to Max in recovering that. And then it was awkward because I'm giving an injury report on Max saying he said he felt like someone kicked him in the heel, which is textbook Achilles. And meanwhile, Spencer White has the game-winning interception, who's playing in Andrew Rich's jersey. So it's hard to see from certain angles that that's not Andrew Rich. So it kind of got
Did he have a massive bruise on the side of his body? Because then we would know it's Andrew Rich.
Then you would know it's Andrew Rich. Andrew played through so much pain. But in terms of what we saw from the current BYU players, I liked what I saw from Jake Retzloff. He was 7 of 10, 69 yards, touchdown, 3 rushes for 11 yards. Like, again, not going to make too much of anything, but he's got a unique throwing style when he's out of the pocket. It's not overhand. It's all there were times where I swear it was underhand. Like, he is Patty Mahomes.
It's the Mahomes factor.
I wonder how much BYU is going to try and tweak that, if at all. We'll see. But he looked good. Nick Billups had a TD run that was awesome. Ran over the defender, scored a touchdown. He is Built Bar employee number 1, of course. Nukuluve Helu is back from a mission. He had a nice day, 6 rushes for 56 yards. And then Devin Downing, we hope, is the next Chase Roberts. Also an American Fork guy, put up huge numbers. Gray-shirted last year. The hope is that perhaps he redshirts this year. We'll see. To your point about the transfer portal, now that spring is basically over because they'll take this week off, spring break, for the coaches, not for BYU students. There's like one day. It happened a couple weeks ago, right? Like March 17th, you get one whole day. You used to get 0 days when your boy was at BYU. So at least you have that. But spring break for, the coaches, they're going to go have fun. Next week, three practices. And then that's it. They're really going to push towards the fall and focus on that. The transfer portal opens up May 15th to May 30th. To me, and perhaps we'll address this more on the show, of course, because we do a show every day, I would prioritize in this order: wide receiver, linebacker, D-line. We've seen that BYU has some talent in those spots. I'm really looking for depth / can you push like a young dude to be a backup where he doesn't have to be a baller? I would love for most of the ballers to be juniors and seniors, and that the freshmen and sophomore take their time. The exception to that is Cody Epps. Obviously, he's a younger guy. He's been here now. This is his 4th season, but we've only really seen him for 1 full season, and he was spectacular. So I'm excited about that. D-line, certainly you need a couple more guys to make an impact. And then at linebacker, you have Ben Bywater. We'll hear his conversation with KVN from the scrimmage. KVN, by the way, the real MVP. He was so fun.
He was amazing.
And to his credit, he was like, hey, I feel bad that I'm taking away Spencer and Jarom's time on the sideline. No. We were like, more you, please.
I was disappointed.
We do a show every day. You
when
don't
they
need
went
to
to
hear
you
from
and
us.
Spencer, I was disappointed. No.
Me too. I was like, you don't need me, right?
He
like,
was
we're good?
great.
No, he was awesome.
He was fantastic.
He did KVN stuff.
Yes.
He has a huge personality. It was great.
He didn't need to do anything other than be KVN.
Just be yourself.
And he was perfect.
Yes.
He's great.
Which, listen, he drove Kelly Pinga nuts at times when he was at BYU because he wasn't like in the spot they had practiced. But then he makes like a pick, and you're like, I have to tolerate this because guess what?
He's KVN.
Dude makes plays. And so it was fun to have KVN like in the huddles, walking around. Kalani's like, oh, hey, KVN. Who's going to be like, hey, sir, you can't be over here? Basically, he had carte blanche to go wherever, which is awesome.
And he looked awesome in the trench coat.
Yes, he did.
It's a good look.
Wide receiver, linebacker, you have Ben Bywater and Max Tooley, and then you've got some young guys. Isaiah Glasker, Ace and Micah Kafusi are making an impact in spring. Those guys haven't really played much at BYU. I don't want to ask those guys to suddenly be massive contributors in the Big 12, so we'll see what happens. But what did we learn, if anything? We learned that BYU certainly needs some guys. They've got some talent. We saw a lot of 2s and 3s. It was fun to watch. I spoke to defense coordinator Jay Hill after the scrimmage. He addressed what he liked and how he feels the team is getting along so far. All right, Jay, how'd you feel the scrimmage went today?
Well, I thought it was good. The big idea about this was to see who could run and who could tackle and who would play well in front of the fans. I think we got to see a lot of that. We kept it on purpose, pretty generic. Didn't want to show a bunch of things that we're doing, but I thought the guys flew around, played hard. I thought there was some really good tackling early on, and we got a lot of valuable reps for a lot of critical guys, so that was big.
You talked about obviously creating chaos, being aggressive. How do you feel the team has taken to that general scheme?
Well, I think they've taken to it very well. You didn't see hardly any of that today, just based on we didn't want to give it away with the scrimmage on TV and some of those things. But bottom line, they've taken to it well. I think they're executing it very well for it being brand new to them. We still have a long ways to go, but I like the direction we're headed.
You've been installing this entire spring. How much of the install is in? Is it 100% and now using it, or are you still installing?
So I would say the big majority is in for sure. All the basic stuff is in. A lot of the individual game plan things, the tweaks and changes that we'll have per opponent, I mean, that stuff's not all in, but the big majority is.
You didn't play here, but you can certainly acknowledge that all the alumni coming here and whatnot, and you know a lot of these guys from being across the rivalry. What's it like on an alumni day where you see all these former players about to play in a game against each other?
Well, I think it's fun, and I love seeing the fans so excited to watch the alumni. I like seeing some of our coaches putting the jersey back on and getting those guys getting ready to play. Coming out of the other tunnel today was a little weird onto this field, but so exciting. And so I'm just elated to be here and just what the fans represent and the crowd that came out, even though it's not great weather. I mean, this is exciting and what a great turnout.
Hey, we were expecting a blizzard a couple days ago, so this is pretty good, right?
I thought it turned out beautiful, and the grass held up awesome. So, I mean, just a real good day today.
Okay, best of luck with the rest of spring. Thanks.
Great, thank you.
Thanks to Jay Hill. Yeah, it was fun to watch tight end. We're in the alumni game a few minutes after that. It was great. And certainly we saw more aggressiveness from the defense, them get after it. Certainly they didn't want to show fully what that's going to look like. But it's exciting. We'll see what happens with the defense in the fall. We certainly expect them to be very improved.
One of the other things that Jay talked about that I think is something that probably doesn't get talked about enough is just, granted, it's not a packed stadium, but you are in Lavelle Edwards Stadium. You do have fans there, and he mentioned, getting an opportunity for some of these young guys to be able to play in this environment, kind of feel what it's like to be on the field with fans. I think that's something, certainly for guys that are either new to the program or that are down the depth chart that don't get an opportunity to play. That's an opportunity for them to be able to take advantage of that and really enjoy that type of experience. I think that's something that's pretty cool that an event like that allows to happen. So we heard from Jay Hill. Now it's time to hear from the head coach of the Cougars, Kalani Sitake. Spencer spoke with him after the scrimmage, and Kalani was pleased with the events of the day as a whole.
Here with the head football coach, Kalani Sitake, transitioning between the scrimmage and now the alumni game. Let's start with the scrimmage. How did you feel like things went overall?
I mean, it depends. I'm the head coach, so I liked it. I mean, I thought there was some really good things, and we were able to get some live work. Obviously, we kept things really simple. There's a reason for that. We want to have our strategy in place by the time we get to the, to Sam Houston State. Not now. So it's okay. The point of this was to get everyone together and to have our fans be here. It feels really good to have football again in the spring. And now we get the alumni being able to do their thing. So our players are really fired up about the alumni getting out there and playing.
This really is like a huge family reunion. You just watched a bunch of guys get together and take a picture in front of you. I mean, people are making memories there. What kind of emotions are you feeling as you watch this reunion take place?
Oh, it's special. And this is a great fraternity, a fantastic brotherhood. And regardless of who you played for, whether it's Lavelle, Croton, Bronco, myself, there's something special about this place and about this football program. And so we all speak the same language. We all went through the same experiences here, and we grew quite a bit from a young man to an adult. And I'm just happy to have all my brothers here. And I'm really looking forward to doing some different things this year and trying to get our alumni involved and really trying to find ways to highlight them and mentor our players. So I asked them to fellowship with each other and to network, but more than anything, I need them to mentor my boys. So that's what we're looking forward to getting done.
I need to ask you about the two quarterbacks on the sides of this alumni game. Ty Detmer just said he may consider throwing a 50-yard pass. How do you feel about the prospect of the Heisman Trophy winner back on the field throwing it 50 yards?
I wouldn't doubt anything Ty Detmer could. I mean, that guy's special, so he can do it all. And if he says 50, I guarantee he can do it.
And then we got John Beck on the other side. Of course, Beck to Harleen. You expect to see something special from John Beck today?
I mean, after last year, it's kind of hard to follow that up, but I think these guys will give it a try. And I'm just telling you, they're really competitive. So I just don't – I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in this game, but it'll be a bunch of guys that don't want to lose.
Coach, credit to you and your staff and the administration for putting this together. This is a really fun event. Go and enjoy it.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to have even more fun because I'm not playing, so this is going to be great.
No route for you?
No, I did the one play last year, and that took everything I had. The kneel down,
Thanks, Kalani.
Appreciate it, guys. Go Cougs.
Kalani did not kneel it down, but last year he had like one catch, which was fun. So, yeah, just a great day at Lavelle Edwards Stadium. Honestly, that's what I'm hoping heaven's like. You see people that are familiar to you, you catch up, it's a fun time. I really hope when you die that it's like what we experienced
football
Friday.
Related?
And that there's football. I really hope there's sports in heaven. If there's not, I need some more enticing. No.
Is this heaven? No, it's BYU.
No, this is Lavelle Edwards Stadium. We'll talk about it later in the day as well. But Patty Edwards was there. They took a photo. We'll show it to you later. Several photos. It was a really special time as well.
Yes, when I saw that was posted, because obviously I wasn't over there. I was getting ready for volleyball, so I saw that tweeted out. I'm like, okay, that's probably going to end up being something that a lot of people are going to want a copy of and put on a wall.
Yep, it was, to me,
awesome.
That was the #1 moment.
Yeah, that's cool.
The picture with Patty before we even started, which was really fun. Okay, our question of the day is this. What was your highlight from the BYU scrimmage and alumni game? Weigh in on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Ben Peterson on Twitter. Ty Detmer throwing passes at LES. Really awesome to see some of the BYU greats having fun on the football field again. Hopefully Max Hall heals up quickly. Absolutely. Seeing Ty Detmer throw the ball again in Lavelle Edwards Stadium was awesome.
Did you talk Ty to Ty?
Yes, I interviewed him right before they ran out.
But I'm saying, like, did you talk in the Ty voice?
Ty, what's it going to be like to go back out on the – No, I did not. I wanted to give him his flowers because he's the Heisman Trophy winner and I'm whatever. But it was so fun. to have everybody there. And there were more people than last year and bigger names. Like, I want Steve Young in the game next year. I really do. I'd love to see Steve. He can still chuck it, apparently. Monday Night Countdown. He slings it sometime. Let's see him, man. Let's go.
It would be awesome to have Steve Young.
Okay, consider Steve Young next year, everybody. Okay, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram continue to weigh in.
And the good news is, if you missed any of our Alumni Day BYUSN special or the Alumni Game and Spring Scrimmage, you can catch it all on demand at BYUSN.com or on the BYUtv app.
Way to use the Beat Digger logo in the Alumni Game. Well done. Coming up, Keaton Slovis, Zach Wilson, Jaron Hall interviews as the QBs weigh in. This is BYU Sports Nation.